Two Texas Republicans, Attorney General Ken Paxton and Congresswoman Beth Van Duyne, are suing the CDC to block airport and airline mask requirements. Even as COVID cases decline, some doctors warn that airplanes are still high-risk environments. Fox 4's Alex Boyer gives us a closer look at the complaint. Alex.
Hi, Clarice. And this lawsuit was filed with the U.S. District Court out of Fort Worth. It will likely end up in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, which, of course, is a very conservative court, and it could ultimately end up before the U.S. Supreme Court. I talked to a constitutional law attorney who breaks it all down. Republican Congresswoman Beth Van Duyne joined conservative activists with the Texas Public Policy Foundation and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton suing the Centers for Disease Control to end the enforcement of federal mask mandates on planes and at airports. In a tweet Wednesday, Paxton said masks on planes are not only silly, but illegal too.
The argument here is that the CDC has certain powers given by federal law, given by Congress to it, and that it's what it has done in the area of airport safety, and specifically with mask requirements, goes beyond those boundaries.
David Cole is a constitutional law attorney not involved in this case. The plaintiffs argue that by exercising such broad authority, the CDC violates the separation of powers and is abusing its oversight. Cole says it's a complex matter.
It's hard to evaluate in this context because the CDC is, of course, not the only agency that regulates airports. The FAA and the TSA also have jurisdiction over airports.
A day after the lawsuit was filed in Fort Worth District Court, the FAA announced it has forwarded 80 new cases of air rage incidents to the FBI for possible prosecution.
So that's discrimination, and I'm in your pocket.
Those 80 cases are the most severe incidents of unruly passengers. There have been many more, almost 6,500 reports since early last year. And in that broad category, many of the incidents involve passengers refusing to wear masks.
However, our sheer numbers are still pretty darn high.
Dr. Mark Casanova is a member of the Texas Medical Association's COVID-19 task force team. He says while the number of new COVID cases and hospitalizations is going down, we're still not in the clear. He believes face coverings should still be used on planes.
In a closed airplane cabin, masks are still a very important part of mitigation. There's nowhere to go once the wheels lift off the runway. So I think there are areas that we need to continue to lean and rely on science, public health officials, physicians to make public health decisions.
And meanwhile, a spokesperson with the Association of Professional Flight Attendants tells me that it will continue to support enhanced safety protocols, including masking as directed by public health officials to ensure that air transportation remains safe and the airline industry continues to recover. We'll keep you posted.